watching Republic TV and my name is Kriti Mehta. Welcome to today's segment of Quick Morning, where we delve into the latest news and updates from across the country and around the world to set the tone for your day. Now, cookies are meeting with the Union Home Ministry and Jammu and Kashmir Chief Minister Omar Abdullah holding high-level meeting over mysterious deaths in Rajouri. We have all that lined up for you, but first, let's take a quick check of stories from across the nation this quick morning in Nation First. The crucial verdict on the rape and murder of a woman doctor of State Run RG Kaur Medical College and Hospital in Kolkata will be delivered at a special court in the city today. Sanjay Roy, who was a civic volunteer with the city police, was charged with committing the crime. Any observations of the judge of the special court, besides pronouncing the conviction, or Roy will throw any light on the aspect of much talked about aspect of tampering and altering the evidence during the initial phase of the investigation carried by the Kolkata police before the case was handed over to the CBI by the Calcutta High Court. In a significant development, security forces in Sukma district's Bijapur border area have unearthed a Maoist tunnel and recovering a large cache of dump materials. The discovery was made during a search operation conducted by the security personnel after an encounter with Maoists. The Sukma DRG team found the Maoist tunnel between the Tumrel and Talperu rivers, where the Naxals had hidden materials used for making arms and explosives. The recovery includes machinery for manufacturing arms, electric wires, bottle bombs, and a large quantity of Maoist dump material.
बीजापुर, दंतेवाड़ा, सुकमा का डीआरजी टीम, एसटीएफ, कोबरा, सीआरपीएफ का शहीद बल अभियान के लिए रवाना की गए थे और काफी बड़ी संख्या में आर्म्स अम्युनिशन, बीजे लॉन्चर्स, देसी रॉकेट लॉन्चर्स और अन्य जो सामग्री भी बरामद की गई थी.
The Kukizo Council met with officials from the Ministry of Union Home Affairs at the Ashoka Hotel in New Delhi on Friday. The maiden meeting marked a crucial step towards finding a solution to the ongoing issues in Manipur. The Kukizo Council, led by Chairman Pu Thanglet, introduced the organization and its demands to the Ministry of Home Affairs officials. They emphasized the need for swift political dialogue to resolve the Manipur crisis, urging the government to initiate talks as soon as possible. Jammu and Kashmir Chief Minister Omar Abdullah convened a high-level meeting to discuss the mysterious illness in Budhal village of Rajouri district, which has claimed 16 lives so far. The meeting was attended by top state officials, including Health Minister and Chief Secretary. Abdullah directed the health and police departments to expedite their investigation and identify the cause of the fatalities. He expressed deep concern over the unexplained nature of the deaths and assured the public that the administration has given the matter to the top priority.
ये वो एक वायरस फैली हुई है जिसके बारे में ये मालूम कर तहकीकात कर रहे हैं कि वो कौन सी वायरस है, क्या है. सारे लगे हुए हैं उस पे जो उसको देख रहे हैं.
And Kangna's film Emergency faced protests and was not screened in several cinemas in Punjab due to objections from the Shiromani Gurudwara Prabandhak Committee and Sikh organizations. The Sikh organizations held a demonstration outside cinema and malls across the state carrying black flags and placards for a ban on the film. Police were deployed outside cinemas to maintain order.
मेरे कहने का मतलब है, इस प्रकार की जो फिल्में बनती हैं केवल जनता का को स्टोरी बताने के लिए और उनका दिल बहलाने के लिए, ये सही नहीं है. मेरे को लगता है सेंसर बोर्ड को और सरकारों को इसके ऊपर तरीके से नजर रखनी चाहिए, क्योंकि इन ऐसी फिल्मों से देश का, भाईचारे का, सब लोगों का माहौल खराब होता है.
The Enforcement Directorate on Friday said that it has attached more than 140 units of immovable assets with around rupees 300 crore in a Muda-linked money laundering case involving Karnataka Chief Minister Siddaramaiah and others. The attachment is part of a money laundering probe into alleged irregularities in land allotment by Mysore Urban Development Authority. The attached properties are registered in the name of various individuals who are working as real estate businessmen and agents. And viewers, moving on, today we have stories from the business world for you as well. We bring you the latest updates on India's economic landscape, from IMF projecting Indian economy growth at 6.5% this year to Maruti Suzuki to export its made in India EVs to over 100 countries in the world. Stay tuned as we delve into the key highlights shaping the business world today. The International Monetary Fund on Friday projected that the Indian economy will grow at 6.5% in the year 2025. Interestingly, the growth rate of the Indian economy is the highest among its global peers. In India, growth is projected to be solid at 6.5% in 2025 and 26, as projected in October, and in line with potential. The Securities and Exchange Board of India on Friday said that former Paytm officials have collectively paid Rs 3.32 crore towards alleged violation of SEBI norms. The amounts for individual officials varied between 11 lakh and 53 lakh, according to SEBI. The notices were issued to the applicants on December 13 and December 16, and individuals were told about the remittance amounts at the same time. Maruti Suzuki India Limited, which announced its entry into India's EV market, said that the company will export its made in India EVs to over 100 countries in the world. Toshihiro Suzuki, representative director and president of the Suzuki Motor Corporation, and its sidelines of the unveiling e-Vitara at the Global Mobility Expo. Suzuki further revealed that Maruti has invested Rs 2,100 crore for its maiden EV offering and will begin its production in the coming months at the company's Gujarat plant. And the Indian Renewable Energy Development Agency has signed an agreement with the SJVN, GMR, and NEA on Friday to develop a hydroelectric project in Nepal. IREDA has entered a joint venture agreement with these firms for the development of the 900 megawatt Upper Karnali hydroelectric project in Nepal. The pact was signed in New Delhi, and it outlines a framework for the project's development, construction, operation and maintenance under a build, own, operate, transfer model. The project has a 25-year term from its commercial operation date. And moving on to our international segment, where we are tracking the ground pulse of some of the biggest global headlines. Today we delve into significant developments from around the world, from Israel finally giving ceasefire nod to the US Supreme Court upholding TikTok ban. Stay tuned as we unravel all these developments shaping the global world today. Israel's cabinet has finally given the green flag for the ceasefire deal. The declaration was shared by Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's office on January 17. According to the statement, ministers of the Security Cabinet voted in favor of the deal after examining all the political, security and humanitarian aspects and understanding that the proposed deal supports achieving the objectives of the war. The vote came amid concerns that the implementation of the deal will be postponed following objections by far-right partners in Netanyahu's coalition government. The ceasefire is expected to go on into effect on January 19, just a day before President-elect Donald Trump begins his term at the White House. During the final and the first phase of the ceasefire deal, Hamas will release 33 hostages, including all women, children and men over the age of 50. While Israel will also release hundreds of Palestinians detained in Israeli jail and withdraw forces from Hamas to allow the flow of aid into the region. British Prime Minister met his Polish counterpart on January 17 as the two countries are strengthening their strategic and military relations. The leaders signed a security and defense treaty to deepen the cooperation between the two nations' defense industries. Meanwhile, British Prime Minister Starmer further announced that the new nations are opening a joint program office in Bristol to deliver €4 billion worth of air defense system to Poland. Polish Prime Minister Donald Tusk said that he hoped the pact would be ratified this year.
The threat to Europe today must be matched by the scale of our collective response. I'm determined to deepen our security collaboration, both with the EU and, of course, bilaterally. And I'm very pleased that we have agreed today to launch negotiations on a new UK-Poland security and defence treaty, covering all aspects of the threats that we face and the steps that we must take to meet them.
The US Supreme Court has unanimously upheld the federal law banning TikTok unless the social media platform is sold to an American company by January 19. While a sale doesn't appear imminent, President-elect Donald Trump has called on the court to uphold the ban until after he takes office on January 20.
2 years ago, I became the CEO of TikTok. Today, we have more than 1 billion monthly active users around the world, including over 150 million in the United States. Our app is a place where people can be creative and curious, and where close to 5 million American businesses, mostly small businesses, go to find new customers and to fuel their growth.
The European Crisis Management Commissioner Habib announced a €235 million aid for Syria and its neighboring countries on January 17 during a visit to Damascus. The commissioner's visit marks the first by a senior European Union commissioner since ouster of Syrian President Bashar al-Assad. Habib also met the country's de facto leader Ahmed al-Shara as the two discussed removal of international sanctions on Syria, to which Habib assured Damascus that efforts to reevaluate the sanctions are already underway.
Indeed, the sanctions were targeting the previous regime, and now we are waiting for some developments, and cautiously we are here also to encourage the new authorities to build an inclusive Syria.
French President Emmanuel Macron met with Lebanon's new leadership and vowed to support the nation as it tries to recover from a historic economic crisis and the Israel-Hezbollah war. Macron met his Lebanese counterpart as the country prepares to welcome the formation of a new government following a 2-year deadlock. Macron's trip to Lebanon, his first in more than 4 years, follows a 60-day ceasefire deal that went into effect November 27 between Israel and Hezbollah that aims to end their war. France played a major role in ensuring the truce went through, as a French officer was also elected to be a member of the committee formed during the negotiation of the deal. France is set to add some 80 experts to 750 French troops deployed in South Lebanon as part of a UN peacekeeping force along border with Israel. Russian President Vladimir Putin met his Iranian counterpart on January 17 as the two countries begin a fresh start on the diplomatic front. The two leaders came together to sign a broad cooperation pact. The signing comes ahead of the January 20 inauguration of US President-elect Donald Trump, who has pledged to broker peace in Ukraine and take a tougher stance on Iran, which is grappling with growing economic problems and other challenges, including military setbacks in its sphere of influence across the Middle East. Russia's ties with Iran have grown closer after Putin sent troops into Ukraine in February 2022. Ukraine and the West have accused Tehran of providing Moscow with hundreds of exploding drones for use against Ukraine, which Moscow and Tehran have denied. Following reports by a Spanish migrant rights group, it has been gathered that 44 Pakistani nationals died after a boat carrying 50 people capsized off the Atlantic coastline. The coastline has emerged as a primary point of departure for migrants aiming to reach Europe. The migrant group began their journey on January 2 and were headed to Canary Islands. While there are reports of some survivors, Pakistan's embassy in Morocco is in touch with the local authorities to assist the grieving families and find the missing nationals. Canada's outgoing Prime Minister Justin Trudeau hit back at US President-elect Donald Trump's claims that the country will impose 25% tariffs on all Canadian imports. The leader vowed to fight back against the tariffs and reflected upon how this decision of Trump's will affect the entirety of North America, especially employment and the production sectors. Trump, who will be inaugurated on Monday, has said he will use economic coercion to pressure Canada to become the nation's 51st state. He also continues to erroneously cast the U.S. trade deficit with Canada.
To avoid job losses in Canada and the United States, but we also want to avoid extra costs on consumers in Canada and the United States. And that's what we're going to be pushing to try to avoid as an outcome. The Canada-US trading relationship is the envy of the world, and we believe that the best path forward is for Canadians and Americans to continue to work together to strengthen it.
And viewers, over 1,000 California prisoners have worked around the clock in challenging conditions to help CAL FIRE battle the Eaton and Pacific Palisades fires, the largest and the most destructive of about half dozen fires that burned in the Los Angeles area in the past 2 weeks. The California Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation, along with the state's Forestry Department and the Los Angeles County Fire Department, operate 35 fire camps where inmates become certified wildland firefighters. When deployed, those firefighters earn from $5.8 to $10.24 a day, depending on experience, and an extra $1 an hour during active wildfires, according to the Corrections Department. That means the lowest paid firefighters earn $29.8 per 24-hour shift. While helping during the fires can be risky, the inmates are doing everything they can to offer support, as helping during wildfires can also reduce and cut time off their sentences. The 2025 Lantern Festival illuminated the night in Guangzhou, South China's Guangdong province on Thursday. Celebrating the upcoming Spring Festival, it is the largest lantern festival in South China, showcasing Lignan Cantonese culture. The ancient Huzhu mountain has been adorned with countless lanterns, creating a breathtaking scene. A giant phoenix crown shined with the radiant colors, while 100-meter-long koi fish lanterns add a majestic touch. The treasure basin overflows with golden oranges, symbolizing prosperity and the poetic city of Guangzhou. The Lantern Festival, with the theme Blossoms in Yuzhou, Encountering the Koi, integrates world intangible cultural heritage, lignan culture, poetic Guangzhou, lantern art, and modern technology. Alright viewers, it's time to dive into the world of sports with our segment dedicated to all the action-packed highlights and exciting matchups. Today we bring you the latest updates from the BCCI to announce its Team India squad. Keep listening to all the buzz right here on our sports segment. South Africa's bowling resources have taken another blow, with the Gerald Coetzee anticipated to replace Anrich Nodje in the Champions Trophy squad, missing the Joburg Super Kings SA20 match against Pretoria Capitals. Renowned Australian off-spinner Nathan Lyon has graciously donated 3 cricket bats to the National Cricket Inclusion Championships. Among them are the bats signed by Indian cricket stars Virat Kohli and Jasprit Bumrah. Former India opener Virendra Sehwag is also in favour of young Yashasvi Jaiswal and has urged the selectors to pick him as Rohit's opening partner. Sehwag highlighted the aggressive batting styles of Jaiswal in tests and T20Is. India captain Rohit Sharma, batter Virat Kohli and fast bowler Jasprit Bumrah, or in other words, the biggest stars of Team India, are likely to be the most affected by the 10-point tic-tac issued by the BCCI. Sanju Samson's chances of making it to the Champions Trophy squad have been dealt a body blow as the Board of Cricket Control in India plans to probe the batter's absence from the Vijay Hazare Trophy for Kerala. And tracking the buzz, it's time to delve into the world of entertainment. American author Stephen King urged Oscars cancellation due to LA wildfires. This and more as we unravel all the top stories from the entertainment industry this morning. Critically acclaimed writer Stephen King has called for the cancellation of Oscars this year, citing the ongoing fires in Los Angeles. The writer also shared that he will not be voting as a member of the board. Nominations for the Academy Awards will be announced virtually on February 23. The Academy has cancelled its annual nominees luncheon and said it's planning to honor frontline workers and to support relief efforts. TV actor Aman Jaiswal, known for his role in Dhartiputra Nandini, died in a road accident on January 17. According to reports, the actor was riding his bike on Western Express Highway when a truck hit him. Jaiswal was rushed to the hospital after the accident but succumbed to injuries after about half an hour of the accident. Aman's family is yet to release a statement. A popular Los Angeles comedy show has rallied the stand-up comedy community to support California fire relief efforts, raising $1,000 for two organizations affected by recent wildfires in California. The funds will be split equally between Watch Duty, a non-profit app providing real-time wildfire information to communities, and public displays of Altadena, a local comedy theater that was destroyed by the fire. A case has been registered against a group of fans of actor Nandamuri Balakrishna after the group killed a goat outside Pratap Theatre.
So I know a lot of people, like at least over 15 people in my community that, have crowdfunding things going to recoup some of their expenses in the meantime while they're trying to figure out their insurance. And luckily it's working. People are receiving a lot of support. It just shows you the power of people. Which is another beautiful thing that I see, like in tragedies, to see everybody come together, see all these countries offer up their firefighters.
And viewers, the case has been registered against a group of fans of actor Nandakumari Balakrishna after the group killed a goat outside Pratap Theatre in Tirupati ahead of Balakrishna's film release titled Daku Maharaj. Now, following a complaint by PETA, a case was registered for animal abuse. Tirupati DSP Venkata Narayana confirmed the arrest of the 5 individuals as further investigation is underway. And that's a wrap on today's segment of Quick Morning. Don't go anywhere, and we will be right back with you to get you all the news and updates from across the country and around the world.